All right. The metaverse is virtual reality. Just like the internet, the World Wide Web, that was the big term in the 90s that I remember. People don't really talk about the World Wide Web, www, because it's already goes without saying the internet is worldwide. But back in the 90s, when the internet was still new as a concept, World Wide Web was, you know, the common term from what I remember. So, for instance, if a bunch of, you know, software engineer jabronis moved to Clement Street around you guys, and they started connecting their computers together on Clement Street and communicate with their computers. They had in that case, they would have a network, an intranet, but they're not connected to the internet. So they wouldn't be considered part of the World Wide Web. In that regards, the metaverse is the same concept, but except right now, you have a bunch of VR worlds right now. Well, the metaverse is already happening. I'm still learning about it. But the idea is, let's pretend we're software engineers. We could create a virtual reality world right now and have it, our software sold on, the Oculus store. But that wouldn't make us part of the metaverse. Unless we made the virtual world we made, if we connected it to the metaverse, then we would be part of the metaverse. So the idea is, if you create a virtual world and connect, the metaverse is the end user, no matter what device they have, whether it's an Oculus or some other branded VR device, they can access the metaverse. Even like, I don't think people are doing that anymore, but you connect your smartphone to, special goggles and connect. The idea is no matter what VR hardware you use, you can access the metaverse. No matter, I don't know about accounts you may to go from one part of the metaverse to another. Like right now, there's Roblox. I don't think it's gonna be all like one account, or I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but the idea is with one device and essentially like the account that you have with your hardware, you can access the metaverse. So essentially, it's just the internet and virtual reality. It's not the internet and virtual reality. It's a network of virtual reality worlds. The reason why I believe in it is, I've used VR and it's really cool. But I know in the future, like my daughter's already using VR. She loves, doing art on VR. So my kids' generation are going to grow with VR and have that available, and they'll be already used to spending time in VR. Number two, um, there's microtransactions in video games, video game cosmetics. Um, and I've been guilty of that. Like, people buy cosmetic items on video games, um, just to make their character or their weapons look cooler. And I've spent a few bucks in the past, like on video games, where it's purely cosmetic. So, and I've also played Second Life. So my next point is Second Life. The idea of virtual world has already been that that trail has already been blazed via Second Life. Second Life wasn't virtual reality, but it was a virtual simulation world, and I've played in it. And you can invest in changing your character and all kinds of, well, they don't call it characters; it's avatars. Um, but it's hard for our generation, especially like Gen X and older, to wrap their heads around spending money on a purely cosmetic virtual thing. But in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of money spent in the metaverse too. There's going to be virtual houses that people buy and decorate, virtual clothes, virtual sneakers. It's already proven in other platforms. Again, and people spend thousands of dollars on Second Life, over the years, customizing their avatars, their houses. And even in Second Life, there is real estate that you can buy. And so when you say it's too late, and I get what you're saying. So to make another analogy, stock markets, right? There's the IPO, the initial public offering. You know, in some regards, you're right on the existing platforms. I can't confirm this, but I imagine all of the virtual land is already purchased. For instance, I watched on the news Paris Hilton opened up a resort in Roblox. Apparently, Roblox is like the biggest thing right now in the metaverse. So, Paris Hilton opened up like a resort type thing. Um, so, it's kind of catching on right now. In my opinion, it's like a kid, it's for kids. Like, because of Roblox, like it's not catching on to older adults and stuff like that yet. We're just, I think the metaverse is just waiting for that more mature platform where, where it catches on to like, older teens, young adults. There's not that there yet, but I think it's coming. And the kids on Roblox now, they're gonna grow up and grow out of Roblox and maybe want to search for something new. Uh, the way I see it, like back in the internet, the metaverse too today is gonna look very different by the time it's huge. Back in the 90s, AOL was the big thing. There really wasn't much to do on the internet back then. There was like Hot or Not was fun. Uh, and yeah, and the chat rooms and, but now, the internet, there wasn't much shopping back then. But now, you get what I'm saying. The metaverse in 10, 15, 20 years is going to look totally different. But I believe in the potential of buying real estate and being one of, so we're already on, the metaverse is built on top of the internet. It's built on top, metaphorically. Um, and so I like the idea of being one of the first e-commerce stores in the metaverse and having the first toy shop that you can buy. It's going to be like a novel experience. But if kids are just hanging out, it could be like a virtual mall. I think the internet caused a certain craving. This is purely speculation, but I think the internet The digital age created a craving in society for a 3D experience. Now all of our shopping and a lot of our information is experienced via 2D experiences on a screen. You know, um, the way we, consume entertainment, it's all on screen, two-dimensional, where I think, there's a hunger for to be in 3D and to see information in 3D. So I think there's kind of something to be said to be like walking through a store and seeing the products in 3D. I'm not no there's also a hunger of physical tangible things too, but of course the virtual reality is not going to fulfill that. But still, it's going to fulfill a piece of it because now you're experiencing digital information and whatnot in 3D. So imagine having one of the first e-commerce stores. Like, I have my wholesale license, by the way. Imagine being one of the first like toy stores. Dude, you know, there it could be wild, man. I think it's going to be huge. Um, yeah, I believe in it. So to answer your question, I don't. I just been watching it on the Cheddar channel. You probably don't know what that is, but it's there. It's all over like certain aspects of the business news. It's all over, so it's not too late. Oh yeah, my last point is going back to what Ivan said. In some regards, it's too late to be like the initial owner of virtual land, of the existing metaverse. But again, Roblox may not even last, right? It's going to be something else. And then you're thinking, okay, it's going to be highly speculative. But my point is there's the secondary market, guys. So the people that own the land right now, when it starts gaining steam, they're going to sell it for dollars on the penny, right? And I want to be the ones giving them the dollars. But by the time I hold on to this land, I want to be selling it for thousands on the dollar or tens of thousands on the dollar. So it's not too late. I'm talking about the secondary market. It's too late to get thousands of dollars per penny. Yeah, we're too late for that to sell it thousands to the penny, but thousands to the dollar we can get it at that level. So I hope this all makes sense, man. But I like the idea. Like, I'm starting a e-commerce toy store, and right now, the kids, the metaverse is mainly used by kids right now. So could be brilliant. So I just need a. I'm not gonna be the first store, but I'm gonna keep my eye out. Once the stores start popping up, I'm gonna learn how and integrate my store into the metaverse, and you can buy my freaking products in the metaverse, and I'll send it to your house and make money. Anyways, guys, let's learn about it and be ahead of the curve this time. Let's not wait until other jabronis. Let's be the Chris Holmes, guys. Let's not be the jabronis that like toy around. Oh, is this true? Is this true? Then we're holding our DICKs, man. We gotta, be ahead of the curve this time, guys.